Greetings from San Diego, California. This is Jolene Solomon speaking to you live today. It is June 10th, 2018. And, well, today's been a really good day. Just got through talking to my uncle. And today's topic is when family sells you out for money. So when the narcissist sells you out for money, I have golden child and my sister who's in prison. Just the games that are played, like for instance, there was my sister is doing time in prison. She's got two little boys. I have a brother who lives in the back house, the golden child. That's who I'm going to refer to him as, because that's basically what he is. I don't envy his situation. I feel really bad for him. Basically he's pretty much become the son husband, and it's a form. It's not a. I think it's an inappropriate relationship. I don't believe that he's ever really gotten a chance to thrive. I don't know anything that's going on over there right now. I spoke with my grandma today for a little bit, and she mentioned that my brother came over, and he hadn't been over, I don't think, since the funeral, since somewhere around after the funeral, which was somewhere around March, the end of March. But he came over. It's been like nearly a month, or a little over a month maybe, since it's already June. And I guess he had to talk to my uncle about some stuff, but I wasn't able to find out what exactly. But just the tactics, the games that are played. It's like, for instance, there was a time when there's always seems to be a double standard. My grandma passed away somewhere around 2009 or 2010 on my mom's side. And she passed away in 2010, and my grandpa found somebody, I think about 2 years later, and the family was pretty much in an uproar, because how dare anybody fill those shoes? He's a grown man. My grandma's no longer alive. In my opinion, I think that it's nobody's business if that's what he wants to do with his life. There were things said about him. They didn't talk to him. One of my aunts, I heard that, that she struck him. And these people want me to believe that they're good people. They'll convince anybody that they're good people. But the things that are done is just so covert. My mom would say, really mean things about my grandpa, and basically say like how, oh, he like, it's just lust, she doesn't love him, but it's his choice, and it's his, and it's his money, and oh, it's disgusting, he's too old for that, and it wasn't even, I think, like, it really wasn't even really that they cared that he was with anybody. I think it was mostly because, they were all like, basically, like, they were like upset over the fact that if he married this woman, they wouldn't get the house. So there was a time where my mother didn't talk to my grandpa, and I felt bad for him. He's elderly, he's alone, so I'd call him every now and then, and just tell him, Grandpa, it's your choice. It's your life. You just be careful. Because people will do things that people will take advantage of people when they're elderly. It happened to my husband. He hit to his dad. His dad got married to a much younger woman and cleaned out his bank account. Wasn't paying any of the bills or anything, and you know, he lost a lot, and he never really fully recovered from that. So I just told him, be careful, make sure that it's really love. Um, so, anyways, to make a long story short, she wasn't even talking to him, but I guess she found out that I was calling him, and they started talking again, which is great. I'm happy about that. I think that she should talk to her dad. However, when I went no contact, I was basically blamed or um, called out as the reason to why my father passed away because I didn't talk to him, even though I tried. But the thing is, I cannot just um, the abuse, the emotional abuse that the guilt trips and everything. My husband put his foot down and he said no more. Just because somebody's your parent doesn't give somebody the right to abuse you. As a child, I mean, as a child, an adult child, you are required to honor, but you are not required to obey. You honor, which I believe and I know in my heart that I've gone above and beyond in doing that. And, you know, I had to stop the relationship. It wasn't healthy. My dad, basically, he wanted me to be okay with being abused. Um, and I just wouldn't accept it. I didn't want to watch. I didn't want to watch. I didn't want any part of it. So I stopped talking to him, you know. Um, and now it's like my mom's not talking to his side of the family, and I feel so bad because it's like she just, it's like they not only lost a brother, and my grandma not only lost a son, but they lost. It was pretty much the death of the entire side of one family. Well, they have me still, and well, my brother showed up today, from what I heard. Maybe it's because my mom found out about the videos and stuff. She knows that her tactics aren't working anymore. Um, she uses the money to control my brother and my sister. And she already told me that I'm not getting anything, which is fine. If it's going to be that way, I don't want it. It's sad because I've come to the realization that I was sold out for money by my brother and sister, and they don't love me. I know that. Anybody, if you love somebody, you don't sell them out for money. You don't do that to family. That's not family. I was born. They're. I was born into that family, but I don't consider that really that's not love. That's not a true family. But I'm grateful that I still have my dad's side of the family. I feel like my dad's love lives on, and you know, I honestly believe that my father was afraid of my mother, and with every reason to be. Honestly, she's pretty evil. She's evil. Her and her sisters, they are just straight out evil. Like, had I not met my husband, I would have been destroyed. I would have been. That's the thing. And my mom ignores his kids and everything, and she treats she doesn't even acknowledge them just because my husband is doing what he should do as a husband, what you should want. But she sees him as competition because my mom is used to having control over people, and she no longer has that with me. Um, I don't blame my dad at all. Honestly, I know that he was afraid of her. it was a lot. I don't think that I could have maintained, I don't think I could have ever, like, gotten to where I am today without the help of my husband. I was very blessed and lucky to have him, because my mom and her sisters, there's like, I think there's like seven of them, six, like seven of them. They're pretty mean, and they'll do stuff to you. They'll hurt you. And it's so covert the way they will do it. Like, you won't even know it hit you. Um, they won't tell you when they're gonna do it, but they'll blindside you out of nowhere. It happened to me a week after I took a couple days after I took the kids. I guess my brother wasn't happy because, he wasn't the center of attention, for the memorial. Him, my brother, and it's like, they see me, they know I've grown a lot. I've outgrown them. I'm happier, I'm healthier. Me and my husband, our relationship is great, I have two kids that are the most well-adjusted kids you'd ever meet. They're happy, always smiling. My brother pretty much, like, I asked him for my sister's address because I wanted to write to her. And he hands me an envelope. And this is how sneaky, like, the stuff that they'll do. Like, he hands me the envelope. I don't look at it for, like, about a week or something. I looked at it, actually. I opened it up, and, I know that it was, like, on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, it was meant for me to open it up. And I wish I would have saved it now, darn, but I don't think I saved it. But anyways, it's somewhere along the line where my sister's pretty much kissing my mom's butt, because that's what everybody has to do. Basically saying how she's a great mom, even though she's sitting in prison right now. And, don't listen to anything that Jolene says and this and that, because what they said that I said, I don't even remember what they said that I said, but oh yeah, basically they said that I was the reason why Dad passed away, that it was funny how he died on my birthday, and I just lost my father. Can you imagine getting a letter like that, finding a letter like that on, quote unquote accident? So I was very hurt. I was upset, you know, and mind you, this is not the first time that this has happened. My daughter was spending the night at my mom's house the night we went over there, and my mom said that I had wished my dad dead, which I had not. I hadn't even, so, like, it doesn't even make sense. It's like, I died, he passed away because I wasn't speaking to him, but yet you're saying that I wished him dead. So which one is it? Did I not speak to him, or did I actually wish him dead? If you can't wish somebody dead by not speaking to them. So I'm like, that's the kind of games that they play, and I don't play it anymore. But it was hurtful, because at the time I really wasn't thinking, but and I was kind of like, well, I want to help my mom, I want to do the right thing, I want to help her, and I'm going to go over there at least once a month to pick up the boys. I mean, she's 60 years old. She can barely breathe. She has health issues and everything. I believe that there's a correlation between health issues and bitterness, stress, hate, whatever. It doesn't help, but yet she'll hold on to these things, and she'll hold on to them with, like, with she'll hold on to them with everything in her. And, I'm really sad because she told me that she wasn't going to allow me to pick up the boys anymore. And I want to pick up the boys. Me and my husband, we actually thoroughly enjoy them, but we can't, so, and, I was going to take them to go visit grandma, and I can't do it anymore. So, that's pretty much, it is what it is right now. All I can do is just wait and hope that it changes. But basically, if I pick up the boys, I have to subject myself to that kind of stuff, like to emotional abuse. That's what my dad had to put up with. I was not going to sit back anymore and watch him get abused. I was not. I knew what was going on. Everybody knew what was going on. I don't believe, I don't consider him a coward at all. It was self-preservation. And now, this is where I'm at. I have to figure out a way to forgive my mother. I'll probably never speak to her again unless there's some kind of divine intervention. But I do blame her. I do believe that the narcissist eventually always, always kills the enabler. So I'll conclude with that. And I want to make it very clear to people. Guard your heart. Nobody has any business in there, not even your parents. Guard it with everything you have. And I tell that to my kids too. Only Jesus belongs in your heart. Just because somebody is your parent, I know when you're a child, you have no choice. But once you become an adult, you know, you you no longer owe that to them. You owe them honor, you owe them respect, but you're no longer required to obey them. That's it. I don't believe that I'm being dishonorable by speaking my truth. This has gone on for 60 years. And this can not, the family can, I don't believe the family could be healed until this darkness is exposed. So, have a good night, everybody, and just keep up the good fight.